Hello everyone! So many of you will not have seen one of these videos. Many of you may not even have seen me before, what I actually look like. Primary purpose of this video, I want to be clear, is to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank every single one of you who has ever watched any of my videos, and particularly to all of you who have become my subscribers. I'm blown away, and I never really know what to say, but I'm going to say a lot anyway. There is no way that I can really ever thank you enough. But let's just talk about it. So this week we have hit over 30,000 subscribers on this channel, and that's amazing and astounding, and I'm just at a loss for words as to what to even say to that. We're also sitting at over 7.8 million views on the channel. We're closing in on 8 million views, more than 3/4 of the way to 10 million views. Can you, like, that's such a big number to even wrap your head around, that people have watched my videos that many times. How crazy is that? Coincidentally though, I also passed 200 subscribers, much smaller number, 200 subscribers on my second channel, which most of you probably don't even know exists. So I'll put a card on the video somewhere here, and also a link in the description if you do want to check that out. Basically, the second channel is where I just casually play games with my friends for fun. We're pretty funny together, I like to think. We have a certain dry sense of humor, probably, mostly. But yeah, we just play random other games, not Terraria over there. We play what we feel like, and we have fun doing it, and we've always done that, actually, for like almost 20 years together, if you can believe that. We've played games, and I wish I had recorded it all, but more recently I just started recording it, and we just play for fun. So check it out if you want. But back to this channel, my expert Let's Play remains on hold for now. Unfortunately, I know some of you really wanted to see more of that. Unfortunately, there are constraints on that. I had skipped the $25,000 or 25,000 subscriber celebration for this channel for similar reasons as why I put the Let's Play on hold, and I felt pretty bad about both of those, to be honest. I really I wanted to do that celebration, and I wanted to keep that series going. I may get it going again at some point, but I want to explain why I put those on hold. YouTube seems to effectively punish this channel, and I think all channels, for less popular videos. So the fact is, I know some of you are like diehard, really want to see those videos, but it's a small minority of the viewers of the channel, and YouTube kind of punishes the channel for that. Like, the channel doesn't do as well because of that, and that really sucks, because I want to do those videos, and I've been experimenting to try to figure out what works and what doesn't, you know, how I can slip in less popular content maybe in a way that the channel doesn't get punished and that kind of stuff. But that is the reason. And my experiments seem to be working to some degree. The channel has had a bit of a surge recently. I think we actually set a new record for over 2,800 subscribers in 28 days, more than 100 a day average. Can you imagine that? You know, most of my life I have not kept in contact with 100 people, and I'm getting almost 100 subscribers a day. I don't even know how to make sense of that. But the way YouTube works does end up leaving me feeling a bit constrained with what I can do and how I can branch out and the types of content I can do, which kind of sucks. At the same time, though, truthfully, I'm plenty busy. I'm very, very busy, just continuing with what I've been doing, as I've kind of explained to some of you here and there in comments and so on. Life is busy, and these guides do take a lot of time. So I like doing the guides. They take a lot of time. But yeah, the channel is just going to have to focus on the guides mostly for now. I will keep trying to see how I can work in other stuff. I am, you know, taking the little step of making this video. But this is one of my little plans too, that, you know, I'll put this video out today. Usually I try to do my guides on Thursdays. I'll probably put the guide out tomorrow. So basically I can put the less popular one out and then put a popular one right after it, and maybe the channel won't be as affected as much. it's weird that I even have to think about that, and it kind of sucks. But despite all of that, I don't want to sit here and complain. I have lots of big plans for this channel. I will occasionally throw in guides for other games, not just Terraria. It is going to be mostly Terraria because, first of all, the game has so much content, and I love it. I continue to love the game, and I think I always will. I tend to be that way, that when I like a game, I really like it and I stick with it. So don't worry, I'm sticking with Terraria for the indefinite future. But I will throw in guides for other games because, you know, just to diversify the channel for one thing, you know, if the game ever becomes less popular, I might have to do something else. But also, you know, just for the sake of my sanity and stuff as well, I do like to do other things. I do like to play other games as well as Terraria. So you may have noticed I threw in a Rust guide recently, and that's just because that's a game that I got familiar with and played a little while back, and I'd done a guide and I wasn't happy with that guide, and it was worth doing a new guide. There are lots of other games that I play. Again, you know, that's a great excuse. The second channel gives me an excuse to play lots of other games with my friends, and so, you know, I might end up doing guides on some of those games occasionally or something like that. Basically, I just, you know, I need to know a game well enough to be able to do a guide on it, and Terraria, you know, I've played it enough, I've researched enough, I know it pretty well. Other games, it's going to be hit and miss here and there, you know, whether I have the kind of knowledge and whether I can find the kind of information to do guides. So that'll be occasional, but I'll keep doing it. Anyway, not to go on about that for too long. So I did decide to bring the multiplayer series back. The expert series, I was putting out videos every week, and maybe that's just too much. The multiplayer series basically was just my friend George and I this time around for what I'm calling part 4. Each part is actually a separate day that we recorded. Part 1 was like New Year's Day. I don't even know what year anymore. I want to say 2017. I think it was New Year's Day 2017. We recorded part 1. We literally just sat there and played the game all day with a bunch of us, and people were in and out over the course of that. And that's actually where these multiplayer series come from. We just play what we want as long as we can, and then we cut it up into bits and pieces. And that's actually kind of what the second channel is now, with us just having fun. But the Terraria multiplayer series is sort of a similar thing. We just find a day, play for like some number of hours, you know, like 6 hours or 8 hours, we'll sit down and play. And we get very few opportunities to do that. But that's what we do. And so George and I were the only ones who, you know, it's hard to keep people interested as well, and it's hard to find time to get a bunch of different people all in together. So this time around it was just George and I, and it was, I think it was January 2nd for some reason, or 1st or 2nd, maybe the way the holidays worked out this year. But yeah, George and I sit down and we played for quite a while, so there will be some of that coming. I'll probably do it every 3rd week, because that's what I was doing before, and that just kind of gives me a break every so often from the guides, because as I say, guides are a lot of work. At the same time, I'm trying to focus more on quality over quantity for these guides as well, because in the past I just felt like I needed to get one out every week on Thursday, and trying to stick to that, it's very artificial. And so you know, some of you have noticed or complained about some of my guides, particularly a while back, you know, a year ago or so, and even before that. You know, I did miss things, I left things out, maybe I didn't include some items, maybe I didn't include some information, and a lot of that was because I was always trying to hit that Thursday deadline. So I've decided my goal remains to put out guides on Thursday, but like this week, you know, things happen. So here I am doing this video instead of recording my guide today. I'll get it done, I'll release it tomorrow or Saturday. Most of it's planned anyway. At this point, I did most of the planning already, but it's just the way that things work out. I gotta, you know, Thursday's gonna be the goal. If I don't hit Thursday, you know what? It's okay. I want to do a good job. That's the main thing. So I want to do a good job, and so if it's a day or two late, I'm not going to worry about it. Don't worry, it's coming. I don't want to rush just to meet an artificial deadline. I want to do a good job. So anyway, I'm also trying to make more time in my life to plan these guides, because you know what? It's a significant portion of my income, this YouTube channel now, which is awesome because that does allow me to devote more time to it. And so I'll devote more time to planning out these guides, to preparing, to doing a good job of the guides. And so again, you know, I'm even rearranging my life a little to be able to do that. And it's amazing and awesome to be able to do that. And you know what? I love it. Don't worry, I have tons and tons of topics and ideas, even before getting into mods. And I know lots of you have asked me whether I'm going to do mods for Terraria. I absolutely plan on doing mods at some point. I have so many things to cover, even in the base game still. But I could see it happening later this year. I want to finish my current boss guide series, which, yes, tomorrow is going to be one of those. I'm doing Skeletron Expert Boss Guide. And I'm going to do expert guides on all of the bosses, all of the events as well. Those are all planned, but I'll be doing like one of those, and then the next week I'll do something else. Not a boss guide, not an event guide. That's my plan for now. I have lots of other topics as well, so that's my plan. And then the third week, probably the multiplayer, just again, arranging my time. But it's only recently I've taken like one afternoon a week to try to plan one of these guides, and then another day to actually do the work on it. So where I'm at now is life keeps happening. My actual life is very busy. I have a family, I have a wife and kids, and that keeps coming into play as well, where sometimes I end up eating into the planning time for the guide to do family stuff. And I end up, you know, working evenings to try to plan guides, or you know, again, kind of rushing it a little more than I'd like. So I'm rearranging things a bit to try to actually have 2 afternoons devoted just to planning and preparing my guides. Can you imagine that? That's my plan, and then still to dedicate the one day mostly to that. Ideally, I wouldn't take the entire day. Maybe because I have a business, which is still my primary income, and I'm trying to focus my mornings entirely on business and my afternoons entirely on YouTube. I think I'm getting there, and just rearranging things so that that's the way it is. That's the goal right now, and I think I am getting there. And so yeah, enough about all that. As for me, if you want to know about me, you know, this is why I leave this to later in the video. I don't know, you may or may not care about me personally, but I'm doing well. I'm happy. You all basically saved me, and this is why I'm always so thankful, and I always will be so thankful. You all basically saved me, particularly financially. As I say, this channel is actually now a significant portion of my income. It's like a quarter, some months even a third of my income. But in other ways, you kind of saved me as well, because I am not young. I'm 39 years old, but from the age of like 6, I've always loved video games. And, you know, it's been one of my dreams all along, if only I could just play video games. Of course, that wasn't an option until, you know, what, 8 years ago? I'm 39. I was 31 before that became an option, and I didn't take it seriously right away, obviously, or else I probably would have done better sooner. But yeah, I mean, that was always the dream for me, which is silly, it's crazy, and it's ridiculous to be a 39-year-old man who wants to play video games all day, or even half the day, which is kind of the plan right now. But yeah, the fact that you all kept my dream alive, how cool is that? And I will always be thankful to all of you for that. So I'm feeling hopeful, I'm feeling optimistic, and I have some good reasons to be. I have good prospects both for this channel, even I'm hoping that my other channel will get some prospects at some point as well. It is growing very slowly. This one started out growing very slowly, so you know, I'm in it for the long run. But my business as well, actually, I'm feeling a little more hopeful about my business, which I had suffered a little with my little YouTube habit here. But I'm actually optimistic about all of that now, and I'm feeling hopeful, and things are looking reasonable. You know, I'm not in an amazing position yet, but I'm okay. And to be able to say that I'm okay, and that I'm comfortable with where things are, not just even where things will be, that I'm all right. And that's thanks to you. So I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't. And yeah, as far as the channel, the growth on the channel has stopped accelerating, but it continues to grow very quickly. Again, we may have set a new record a little higher than the previous numbers, shall we say. This channel actually, for a long time, used to roughly double every 4 months. Can you imagine that? Doubling the views, doubling the subscribers, and even the amount of money that was coming in. For a long time, it was like every 4 months. It was like 2 straight years or something that every 4 months the channel would double. And that always blew me away, and I always knew that that would probably end at some point. What amazed me is that it kept going for so long, actually. So I always expected that that would stop. I didn't know when. It kind of has now. Sometime last year, actually. Probably around the middle of last year, something like that. It's more or less leveled off to a sustainable pace. It's still, again, still growing very quickly. So I think, I mean, by all indications, it looks like this channel will continue to grow quite well for some time to come. And yeah, I can't even plan that far ahead. So, so we're in a good place anyway. And I started that second channel. I'm having a lot of fun with that. It may even feed into this channel again with random occasional guides on other games as I, you know, get to know them a little better. The funny thing about the second channel, my friends and I like to play different stuff all the time. So a lot of the time it's us just starting a new game and being idiots and not knowing what we're doing. And as far as I'm concerned, that's half the fun. It's pretty funny, to me anyway, for us just to be so clueless after, you know, I've been gaming for over 30 years. Can you imagine that? It's not that I'm an idiot. It's not that I don't know games. It's that, hey, we're trying a new game. We don't know this game yet. And I think that's hilarious. But anyway, yeah, trying to balance my time better, trying to balance the time that I allocate to both channels, to this channel, to the other channel, and to my business. I'm just, I'm working on my time management and trying to devote time appropriately to each of those things. But things are in a good place and looking like they might get better. And so I am totally pumped. And that is all thanks to all of you. So I just want to end this there. I wanted to say, you know, all that stuff and just let you know how things are going, how I'm doing, how the channel's doing, what you can expect. Tons and tons of plans forever. So, you know, it's thanks to you that this is possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you, each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I will probably not do these videos quite as often, partly due to the aforementioned constraints. I'll probably see at 50,000, and I may skip straight to 100,000 after that. I can't even imagine this, you know, even doing that yet. Or maybe I'll find something in between as seems appropriate at the time. But thank you, and yeah, I'll see you at 50,000 for sure. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here, and bye for now.